Welcome back to OGDuffy Eats, or in this episode, OGDuffy drinks a very large beer indeed. This is not a small can, guys. I mean, look at the top of it there. As you can see, look at the size of the ring pull on that. This is 1,000 millilitres or 1 whole litre if you prefer. Now, let's be honest, the standard sort of beer can size here in the UK now is what? About 440 mil, I think, for something like that. But this is a litre. This is big stuff. Now, this is a Faxe beer. Excuse my pronunciation if I've mispronounced it. Faxe, Faxe, or is it just Faxe? It's premium. It's a quality lager beer. Now, I do enjoy my lagers, so what's not to love with this one? It says it's a collector's item. This ain't collecting much, except it's going to go in my stomach and come out the other end. But anyway, we don't want that sort of talk on here, but I'm guessing they're describing it as collector's item due to the artwork. I'll give you a quick spin of the artwork on the can. Hopefully the camera's picking that up rightly so. And there he is, look, a big old Viking downing a bucket of beer. A bucket of beer, what's not to love with that one? This is 5%, 1,000 litres, like I say, 1 litre, 5%, which is a decent volume, decent strength, a sociable brew strength, I would say. There's loads of bump on the can there, as you can see, but I tell you what, I'm not reading any of it or attempting to, because it's far too small for my delicate little eyes. But anyway, the question is this, guys. Does this Faxe, or Faxe, premium lager, limited edition, of course, collector's item, oh yes, don't forget that, taste any good? Let's crack the can, give it a pour, and let's see what we think. Grabbing a glass, one of these retro game-related glasses. This one is a Mario Kart glass, but as you can see there, it's starting to wear a bit now. Must treat myself to some new ones in due course. But anyway, I keep laughing at the ring pull size. As I say, look at it. This is a beast of a beer, mate. You could weight train with this bad boy. Anyway, it just feels so weird. Oh, mate. I mean, you could drink it from the can, but hey, you're going to look a bit of a pig, aren't you? Anyway. Give it a pour. Now, I don't think these are a full measure, full pint. I think the full pint is 568 ml, but I think these are 500 ml, which is, I think, is an American pint. Don't quote me on that, though. I could be wrong. If I am, drop in the comments. Anyway, let's pour it up. I'm expecting it to be quite a nice light beer. I don't want to get too much of a head on there. It's making a nice fizz sound. It's poured out okay, that one. Bit of a head on the top there, but all in all, not too bad. As you can see there, I mean, it's difficult because obviously the glass has got that pattern on it, which is fading, so you can see through it in parts. It's a very clear beer, nice colour. It looks like a good lager. Slightly darker than your sort of your Stellas and stuff, but hey. In terms of smell, there's nothing too pungent going on there, nothing too scary. It's not like, oh my God, that smells awful, don't drink it. Anyway, talking of drinking it, let's go in, guys. That doesn't taste like a strong lager. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's 5%, and I'll be honest, 5% plus, anything sort of 5.5, I think is the perfect strength beer for me, personally. I think anything below that is okay, but anything less than sort of 4.5, I think you're wasting your time. But it's a very smooth beer indeed. That's going down quite nicely, that. Yeah. And it's a nice big can, as you can see. Now, does it remind me of any beers I've had before? Well, not in particular. It's don't get me wrong though. There's nothing stand out about it. It's not like, if I was to do a blind taste test and this was in it, I probably wouldn't pick it out. I probably wouldn't get it out. It's not distinctive. It's pleasant, it's wet, it's cold, it's decent strength. Would I drink it again? Yes, I would. I've got no issues with it. It's a nice lager. It's going down very pleasantly. But there's nothing that stands it out to any other sort of lager you can buy of similar sort of strength and ilk, shall we say. It's not unpleasant. It's not bad. It's all right. So what am I giving that out of 10? The most important thing, the all-important number. I'll tell you what, that's going to get a 7.5 from me. Like I say, there's nothing really distinguishable about it, except for the size of the can, of course. That really does set it apart. But I think a 7.5 is a fair score. It's a nice lager. You wouldn't kick it out of bed? Hey. Anyway, no, seriously though, it's a nice beer. It's a 7.5, purely really because of the size of the can. Anyway, Faxe beer, or Faxe, however it's pronounced. Drop in the comments if you know. The brewery of Denmark. You ain't done too bad here. And like I say, size really does matter on this occasion. So, I'm going to slurp this. I'm going to play a few video games and end my evening now. Hope you're all well and good. And as always, people, I will see you on the next one. Stay tuned and remember, this rather large Faxe 5% beer is for you. 7.5, happy days. Wonder what the next collector's tin will be.